Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zara Bazak. Come here to help you leave Islam because I think it's really worthwhile, worth leaving Islam. So, as I was going through in my mind about Islam not giving freedom of rights to humans, for humans, however you may put it, human rights, wanted to go through the ayats and show you step by step. But then what stopped me is an ayat which I remembered in the Quran. It's in Surah Furqan, ayat 14, call for many destructions, not one destruction today. How I came to this is that when I thought of Islam's claims, so here it is in my notes, short, sweet and short notes. Islam claims freedom of rights for humans is evil, in the sense that if you have too much freedom, let's say, or whatever sense you may put in here, as you are eloquent and perhaps even more than me, so such that would be leading to destruction of lives, right? And yeah, this destruction of lives. So that's why some rights have been curbed. Like you can see, even in real life, we have rules, driving rules, road rules, pedestrian rules, things like that to keep us safe, right, from harm or things like that. So please follow and obey this messenger who has brought you guidance and a light, meaning knowledge, taking you out of ignorance. This also, you would be saying, yes, that's right, we need to do this, definitely. Follow a leader here too, who is guiding us on earth, provided he is chosen by God, not the president, you know, democratic leader. You get it? So I was going to talk on women's rights in Islam, but no talk on that right now, right? So what happened is this one ayat from Surah Furqan took me to Surah Furqan. And then I looked at all the ayats. I was like, why would God want these people to call for destruction? Where are they? I remember them being in hell at that time, but just in case I'm wrong, I had to refresh my memory. And sorry about that. I have slips and all. So reading Surah Furqan made me think, what is this? Right? Where did I start? Like the page of Quran.com was not opening to Surah Furqan ayat 14 that I found on Google search. What I went into the Furqan, went into the like just Surah Furqan search, and I looked at this ayat. I came to this ayat while going to the 14th ayat, and they say, what is the matter with this messenger? That he eats food and goes about in the markets. Why has not an angel been sent down to him so that he should have been a warner with him? Now, who would say this? They say. So it really got to me. And again, you see, again, these nonsensical, unclear ayats which are against these people who have forged a lie. Fourth ayat of Surah Furqan, jumping up and down like this. Just bear with me, please. I'm not too prepared for this, but I thought of doing this because I have to save you from this religion. I have a better recommendation for you. It's Jiddu Krishnamurti. Like I used to think as a Shia also later on in my life, but earlier than now, that isn't there some other way God could have done something to save humanity and, for this instead of this religion, using this religion, because there are certain things I cannot now remember which had come up in my mind, and I thought, no, I think couldn't there be a better way? Like, for example, in Surah Sajda, it says, no, we don't. Allah says that He doesn't guide the souls. So, sending a messenger, I was like, why send just one messenger? And can his message at that time, if you see Prophet Muhammad's time, did it reach Hind? It reached, yeah, it reached, he was sending letters to the king of Persia and Egypt, we know that, and Africa. But the kings and all, and this then becomes very hard on the messenger too. Like, I was just thinking in a Shia way, not a like a good, like, thinking positively, like help for the messenger, one messenger sent to guide the whole world. Is that even feasible, practical? Although we say that Islam has been the most practical religion we've ever known. So, yeah, another thing is that last time my brother here from India, he's very helpful. So he was saying monopoly, and I was like looking at it from one side, maybe. And so it's like, monopoly of Islam, but yet he blames it, that ayat in my previous live stream I showed you, blames it on the Jews and the Christians for monopolizing their religion and saying only our people will go to paradise. And then the reason, they're wishful against them. It's merely the wishful thinking that only Jews and the Christians will go to paradise. So on that also I wanted to clarify, which my brother here brought up. Special brother I have, thanks to him so much. Okay, God bless him for his help. In my previous live stream, gangster, but he's changed his name to Comedy Smile Free Comedy. Okay, so I just wanted to put that in to see it from both sides. Like, you see, he blames, although the God of Islam blames them, Jews and Christians, for being the only ones to go to paradise, but he himself has an monopoly on that for the believers. Only the believers will go to paradise now. And how that verse doesn't make, we have to, the Jews, Christians, Sabians, in Surah Baqarah at 62 perhaps, who believe in Allah and the last day and this and that and that, be free from fear, things, grief, things like that. Fear, I think. So the Wali Allah will be free of grief and fear and grief from anyone except that they fear Allah, right? Okay, so let's get back to Surah Furqan ayats, where the ayat that I wanted to go to was here. Surah Furqan ayat 14, call not this day for one destruction, says Allah to them, but call for destructions many. You see? I'm telling you, this is the devil's religion. I mean, I'm showing you. So I've been showing you this is the devil's religion. See, it is better or the abiding garden, which those who guard against evil are promised. That shall be a reward and a resort for them. So you see who are going to the garden and who are going to. So these people are where? Okay, let's see. 12 of Surah Furqan, 12 ayat. When it shall come into the sight from a distant place, they shall hear its vehement raging and roaring, burning fire, 11th. But they reject the hour. For rejecting the hour, finally, so God is destroying the earth, everything. Pray for many destructions, using the people in hell also. So they'll be in hell, when it shall come into the sight from a distant place. Just reading like here and there, so that I know. They shall hear its vehement, yes. And when they are cast into a narrow place in it, in hell, 13th ayat, how could I miss this? They shall there call out for destruction, okay? For destruction. They will themselves call out for destruction, but then they are told in Surah, the same Surah ayat 14, next ayat, call not this day for one destruction, but call for destructions many. So he's using these people who are calling out for destruction, not denying that. It's clear in the Quran ayat. But then Allah tells them, call for many destructions, right? But call for destructions many. Who will it get? So God has heard them calling out for destruction, and God Himself is saying, now He's heard them and saying that in hell. He couldn't hear. He couldn't go to stop Eve, Shaitan. And then we have debates. You see, we have these discussions also, not debates, but then the pros and cons of Islam. Islam gives rights here. It's all balanced, and because in inheritance for the daughters, it's half of the sons given to boys, men, is because the daughters get married and this and that, and then there are debates on hijab, no hijab, and some Muslims even say no hijab, like headscarf, and it's okay. And this is to save the people. Even muta, we used to say that it is good. It's not. It's not legalized prostitution and all this. So at least inheritance for the daughters, Muslim daughters, is well, it's right. God knows what He's doing, right? And they'll get married and they have their husbands, and so this. Jamal Khan is here. Welcome, Jamal Khan, brother. Hello, sister. He says very, very hello. How can I say a very good hello to you, brother? Look at my English and how sometimes I'm not that good in public speaking and all this interacting here. I apologize for that, brother. Yeah, it's funny. So it's like I'm very theoretical here, and even sometimes someone used to say thank you to me on the phone, and I'd my thank you back. Like I wouldn't even be able to say my pleasure. So this problem with me. Hello, Jamal Khan. Are you ex-Muslim, Muslim? How can we help you? Thank you for the, is that applause or what, clapping? And so, okay, we have this, if you can't say, if you're not safe, don't say anything. Sister, Islam is a joke. Yes, it. I was laughing on this, but because I cracked up. Again, like what is this? Every now and then now, since all that something has been removed from my eyes that I can see. I mean, who would ask such a thing? And if, like here, which they say, why does this messenger eat, right? And walk in the markets? Seventh ayah. Definitely, I've left Islam and glad you did. Oh, so how long? Thank you. That's great. You're glad for me that I did, right? That's great, Jamal Khan, brother. So nice to have you here. Really good to have you here. Welcome. Thank you for being here. All the best to you. God bless you, your country, your people. Wish you a beautiful life, your family, for your loved ones, friends. So, okay. That's really great. Jamal Bhai, brother, that's really great. Okay, so you see this like coming back now. Surah Furqan has such ridiculous ayats, so I just put that thing on hold. Human rights violations. It's a joke, definitely. And then I was laughing, and then I was like wondering, like there's a ayat which says, "Oh, people mock at him. People said these bad things about him. People used to mock at the messengers." So that stopped me, right? But really, if I don't laugh, then I will be crying inside and very angry, upset. This is a crime against humanity, isn't it? He can lie using Allah. We can't even expose these his lies for the betterment of human beings. Choose anything but this. Okay, you might do some bad things in ignorance, but don't hold on to this. This is worse, holding on to something. Use your own inner light. Find that inner light that I have been trying to find too, but haven't yet. Or something inside. If something is not inside of you, then it can't be outside of you. They can't. No one can guide you if the guidance is not inside. So God has done, or whoever tells us that there are guides and prophets to guide us, it's wrong. Surah Sajda at 13 also. God should have guided us in our souls, inside of us. So if you can't trust yourself, who can you trust? And if you don't have that light inside of you, then I'm sorry, no one can guide you. I'm saying this with a lot of reflection on this. So blessed is he who sent down the Furqan. Furqan means discrimination, by the way, upon his servant that he may be a warner to the nations. Sorry, excuse me, I have this problem, a kind of a, cold or something. He may be a warner to the nations. Now, warner to the, but upon his servant. Blessed is he sent down the Furqan upon his servant. That's Prophet Muhammad, that he may be a warner to the nations or to all. He sent down Furqan to. It's not clear. He who, maybe another verse will make it clear, who he, his servant is. He whose is the kingdom of the heavens and the earth, and who did not take to himself a son, and who has no associate in the kingdom. We see that the Christian Bible, especially the Gospel, is better, much, 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 much better than this. Those who have taken Isa al-Masih or Jesus Christ as the Son of God, and who has no associate in the kingdom, no associate in the kingdom. I wonder, there are angels, and there's also one in Surah Takwir, ayat 20, who is with the Lord of the throne, and who created everything. Well, I've done a thing on this. Even Jesus Christ creates out of clay, then ordained for it a measure. Okay, so that's measured, yeah. And they have taken besides him gods, who do not create anything again this side, while they are themselves created. So Jesus Christ can create out of clay a bird, fashion it and breathe into it. So this is not the right argument, reason here. And they control not for themselves any harm or profit, but oh my God, and they cannot, they control not death nor life. Well, Jesus Christ can bring dead people to life. You've seen that in Surah Maida or Surah Nisa. No raising the dead, or Al Imran. No raising the dead to life. So now it becomes a joke, because I've shown you everything, the fundamental ayats from the Quran, the contradictions, like this, right, for this. And they say the stories of the ancients. He has got them written. So these are read out to him morning and evening. Well, you have said they follow their forefathers blindly without guidance from Allah, God. Say He has revealed it. Who knows the secret in the heavens and the earth? How do we know that? Maybe he's a false prophet and uses Allah, like I've been saying and showing. Surely He is ever forgiving, merciful. And then 7 ayat. And they say, what is the matter with this messenger? Who are the they? And they say, what is the matter? They say, what is the matter with this messenger? That he eats food and goes about in the markets. Oh my goodness, what is this? It's not clear. Quran only people also. If if Sunnis and Shias have a tafsir from their respective, from narrators and all, why has not an angel's been? Why has not an angel been sent down to him, so that he should have been a warner with him? Who would say this? Now, this is another kind of blame to those. I've just had it with this. I hope you have also, Muslims. So you can go on. Islam doesn't give us freedom. No one. Freedom of religion, practice of the religion. Islam doesn't give anything like that. And on one hand, you are not a manager over them. You are, leave them alone. Don't guide them, because you cannot guide even those who you love. And they can't. They don't want to hear you. All that is there. So this is ridiculous. And this is obscure. This is not clear. Who are they? Why would they say something like this? What is the matter with this messenger? That he eats food. Then do they have a messenger who doesn't eat food? Ask yourself this, and goes about in the markets. So do they have a messenger who doesn't go about in the markets? Jamal Khan says, no worries, you have good religion. I have a good religion? Sorry, I don't have any religion. I mean good English. Oh, okay, thank you. Okay. Why are you making mistakes like I am here, brother? God bless you. God bless our mistakes that we make. I understand. Thank you. Okay, good English? No, it's terrible and I'm terrible. I don't know how I'm doing this. But I struggle and I go on with it. I know that my English is not that good. But they reject the hour. Oh my God. Blessed is he who, did I miss ayats, some ayats here? See what likeness do they apply to you. So they have gone astray. Therefore they shall not be able to find a way. They. You see the they is not clear and you cannot, anyone, oh yeah, the tafsirs, maybe in Sunni tafsirs, Shia tafsirs, the they becomes clear. But for the Quran only, you are doing a great injustice to these your Allah is. But they reject the hour. And so believing in Him and the Quran only, you're doing the same thing. And we have prepared a burning fire for Him who rejects the hour. Oh, so you see, okay, so if you believe in the hour, you have to also believe in the hour to be saved. Otherwise, you will go in the fire. Jamal Khan says, please give your testimony on Adam Seeker channel so you can have some audience. Oh, is Adam Seeker. Thank you so much, Jamal Khan. I don't like using troubling people, and I don't know. I can't. Um, he's a Christian, and I don't think he liked me. We've had some. He's at that one time when Sam Shamoun was on his channel, he didn't back me up against Sam Shamoun. Sam Shaman was lying against me, right? So he's a Adam Seeker is sorry to say this, but he's kind of weak. He's gone with a foreign. No, Sam Shaman is a Syrian, but with the Christians. सो वो जस्टिस पे नहीं बात कर सकते हैं किसी को, ह्यूमन राइट्स अगेंस्ट, आई मीन कोई अगर नॉन क्रिश्चियन हो तो वो नहीं कर सकते। आई हैव लॉस्ट ट्रस्ट इन दिस एडम सीकर, वो नहीं कर सकते हैं। मुझे उनके चैनल पे सॉरी नहीं जाना है, लेकिन थैंक यू सो मच। आई डोंट थिंक ही इज सो स्केयर्ड ऑफ, ही इज रियली, आई हैव गिवन इट टू हिम। और फिर उसने मुझे टाइम आउट भी कर दिया। मैंने कहा बीबी मरियम, बिकॉज सैम शमौन के उधर रिएक्शन हुआ था मेरा इतना बुरा, आई सेड अगेंस्ट बीबी मरियम there, and then he can't hear that, so he timed me out. Christians can't hear against Bibi Maryam. Where's the proof? You liars, right? Because Sam Shaman called me a liar on Adam Seeker and a troll, and I'm changing my name and this and that. तो ये तो बिल्कुल लाइक वो बिक गया है एडम सीकर, सॉरी टू से दिस। नहीं, ह्यूमन राइट्स ह्यूमनिस्ट नहीं है, डिफेंड नहीं कर सकता ह्यूमन बीइंग्स को, जस्टिस को डिफेंड नहीं कर सकता है। तो क्या तवक्को हम इस भाई से करें? दब दब जाता है सैम शमोन और ये क्रिश्चियंस के सामने आता है ना, और उसको बहुत वो फेमस कर दिया है क्रिश्चियंस ने। बुलाते हैं रॉब क्रिश्चियन के साथ, और ये डेविड वो जब था परहैप्स, मैंने इतना नहीं देखा, लेकिन एक है वो एक सऊदी अरेबियन है जो क्रिश्चियन हो गया है, ही इज़ बिकम अ क्रिश्चियन, तो उसके चैनल पे। मेरा बहुत डिफरेंट भी है और मैं किसी को ट्रबल नहीं करना चाहती हूँ, बस मैं अपना वो लाइव स्ट्रीम, कभी ऐसा होता है कि मैं जाती हूँ फिर कि ट्रबल हो थोड़ा तो अच्छा है, लेकिन मेरा पहले कभी ऐसा वो नहीं था, क्या बोलते हैं, इरादा नहीं था, नीयत नहीं थी कि मैं किसी को भी ट्रबल कर लूँ। तो माफ़ करना, सॉरी, वो एडम सीकर ने फेल्ड मी इन द फर्स्ट प्लेस, लाइक सैम शमोन ने जो उनके चैनल पे मुझे, मैं इनको करेक्ट कर रही थी, वो करेक्शन अपने बाइबल से मोसेस और मोहम्मद लॉ का कंपेयर कर रहे थे, तो एक मिस्टेक इन्होंने किया था, वो मुझे करेक्ट ही नहीं करने दे रहे थे, मुझे एंड तक लाइव स्ट्रीम के। फिर मुझे एडम सीकर ने तो लिया कॉलर, बट फिर सैम शमोन ने जो मुझे सुनाया है और जो मेरे अगेंस्ट कि शी इज़ ट्रॉल एंड वही चीज़ जो ये मुसलमानों के अगेंस्ट गुस्सा करते हैं कि ट्रॉल और डिस्ट्रैक्टर और ये और वो, सेम थिंग। तो खुद भी ऐसे ही कर रहे हैं, किया है ना। सो माय फर्स्ट एक्सपीरियंस इज वेल, he hasn't come, hasn't apologized, doesn't say anything. Why should I go to him? And I don't want an audience. I don't want to use these people. You see, I would never use, I hope never, Zalim people. My religion, back to my Shia religion, right? कि जालिमों से कभी हेल्प नहीं लेना चाहिए था, नहीं लेना चाहिए। And he's very lopsided, he's Christian now. तो जो इंसान एक औरत को डिफेंड नहीं कर सकता है, वो इंसान नहीं है, और अपना देखता नहीं है कि इन्होंने गलती की थी, सैम शमोन ने और इसने दोनों साथ। और मैं सैम शमोन को पहले मैंने बोला कि बी सॉफ्ट विद एडम, वो उसका इतना बुलिंग है, मुझे तो इतना गुस्सा आता है, बुलिंग स्टाइल है सैम शमोन का। और फिर फेसबुक पे आके मैसेंजर में मुझे गाली दी है, औरत को गाली, औरत जितना भी कहे, मर्द ऐसा, ये ऐसे लो इंसानों की, हैवानों के साथ, हैवान से बदतर लोगों के साथ है ये एडम सीकर। खुद गाली वाली देता है, जो मुसलमान आया था साहिल के उधर, फिर मैंने साहिल को ऐसा दिखाया, माँ को कुछ कहा ना, फिर उन्होंने मुझे टाइम आउट कर दिया। तो हाँ, ऐसा मैं ऐसे ट्रबल करने में जाती हूँ। तो आप अगर बार-बार मुझे कहें, मैं एडम सीकर के सहारे, मुझे ना ऑडियंस चाहिए, मुझे ना पैसे चाहिए, खुदा ना खास्ता, ना मुझे फेम चाहिए, मुझे ऑडियंस नहीं चाहिए, फॉलोअर्स भी मुझे नहीं चाहिए। मुझे सच्चे, अच्छे, ईमानदार लोग चाहिए, ऑनेस्ट पीपल, जो इधर आते हैं, देखें, हेल्प करें, कोऑपरेट करें, ह्यूमैनिटेरियन और जस्टिस पे बिल्कुल मरा, दिस से मिस नहीं हो जस्टिस, चाहे वो फॉरेन, चाहे वो यूएसए का प्रेसिडेंट क्यों नहीं हो, उसके खिलाफ अगर मेरा केस, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल समन्स केस, यू नो, तो ऐसे होना चाहिए। अब तक मैं भी वीक हो जाती हूँ, मेरा मुझे बहुत वीक कर दिया है, वरना राइट्स के लिए तो इंसान अपना, जस्टिस के लिए तो आवाज़ रेज़ करनी चाहिए, लाइक टू राइट अवेयरनेस, रेज़ अवेयरनेस against injustices for the sake of justice. So sorry, I don't like that kind of, just to go to Adam Seeker for getting some audience. I'm not that kind of a person, Jamal brother. You need to know what kind of a person I am. मैंने कभी अपनी लाइफ में बॉयफ्रेंड, male friends, I've not sought attention from them. I've put them in their place. Platonic relationship we have. Nothing more than that. Like that. So very nicely and politely I've said it. You know? Speak in Urdu laughing out loud. देखिए, मैं उर्दू में बात नहीं कर सकती हूँ, इससे कि इंग्लिश मेरा वो है। मैं कभी उर्दू में बात करती हूँ when about my case, Jamal brother. And what is laughing out loud for? Why are you laughing out loud? Are you mocking me here? तो अगर आप सीरियस नहीं हैं ब्रदर, तो आप चले जाएं, मेरा टाइम इधर वेस्ट नहीं करें। आप जाएं एडम सीकर के पास, ठीक है? इधर मेरा टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करें। ये आप क्या कर रहे हैं इधर? पाकिस्तानी हैं आप, पंजाबी हैं, एडम सीकर की तरह, खान हैं, पठान हैं। वेट, लेट मी शो यू। नो कॉपीराइट्स इन्फ्रिंजमेंट इंटेंडेड। आपको भी हंसी आ रही है बहुत मेरी हालत पे या मेरे बात करने में? Yes, I speak in Urdu when I want to. But you can't demand that out of me. Right? I don't want Pakistanis to come here. Sorry, if it sounds discriminatory, I apologize. Can't trust Pakistanis. ये laughing out loud क्या है? देखें भाई, इधर मैं ना फ्लर्ट करने आई हूँ, मजाक, ठीक है, वो मेरा ब्रिटिश यूरोपियन, I was brought up in Europe, London, right? I can't understand the Pakistani style. Never have. Sorry. So are you here to speak in Urdu? No, you're not going to tell me, you're not going to command or demand this out of me. You understand? Jamal Khan, still that mentality, that Pakistani Muslim mentality you have. Sorry to say that, but it seems like you have that mentality. So इतना fresh जल्दी free होने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। अगर इधर कोई सिस्टर कहा है, लेकिन पता नहीं तुम लोग कैसे लोग हो, तुम लोगों को ट्रस्ट करें या नहीं करें। इधर देखें अब। तुम लोग पाकिस्तानियों के साथ थोड़ा करक. Look here. I don't need your help. Don't come here. Thank you. Okay? Enough. ये मैं वो अमेरिकन और ये जो बेचारे हमें बोलते हैं कोवर्ना बेचारे कोवर्नासिस के साथ भी कैसे आराम से I'm an ex-Muslim converted Christian. अच्छा एडम सीकर की तरह. But we Christian love everyone. Really. Yes. But you are a Muslim, you are an ex-Muslim. So you also give a bad name to Christianity at times. Right? मैंने देखा है अरब क्रिश्चियंस यहाँ जैसे एक्ट करते हैं द वे दे एक्ट लेकिन अभी तक आप में वो थोड़ा मुसलमान का कंट्रोल और डिमांडिंग टाइप है लगता है और लाफिंग और मेकिंग फन मॉकिंग पीपल राइट सो दैट यू स्टिल हैव sorry actually I can't speak in Urdu just because you've told me to but I will speak when I want to about my case I come here now you love everyone Christians, no, the true Christians, the ones born in Christianity, I'm sorry they hurt your feelings. Ah, okay, but you're laughing and this and that also here. Who's hurt my feelings? Okay, Pakistanis. They, you see, again, you're they. Who hurt my feelings? It doesn't matter. Thank you very much. You don't have to be sorry about that. But thank you. I really don't need sympathies from you. Blessed, this is really crazy, this part. And they say, what is the matter with this messenger that he eats food? The problem is that Jamal Khan, since you're here, the problem is that the Christians here, Arab Christians and Adam Seeker type Christians, very giving Christianity a bad name, I would say. So I was in the before very wary. Like मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि they want to bring Shia Islam up, and is Adam Seeker a Shia, ex-Shia, and get at the other Islam where of course we do this, we can do this to get back at those Sunnis, show them the true religion, the ridiculous hadiths from Sahih Bukhari and all this from them. So that I thought, so I'm being honest about it. Although I think the Shias should do something against these Sunnis who have really killed them and gone against them, and even the minority Christians in Pakistan. Totally, like human rights violations against Shias, genocide against Shias. Should show them the ridiculous hadiths and all this. Whose father has been killed, whose friend has been killed, whose family friend has been killed, whose brother has been killed. And Pakistan remains quiet. And they say the stories of the ancient, they say, they, who are the they here? And they say, what is the matter with this messenger that he eats food and goes about in the markets? Now, please, God, make it quite clear who are the they here, because we'll have to assume, and you never approve of assumptions or conjectures. So you should be very precise in your saying who they are, in showing who they are. Don't misunderstand me. Audience means your message reach out to people. Okay, yes. Sorry, I misunderstood you. And you took all this and you now have not misbehaved. You've said sorry. So that's really gentlemanlike of you, very great of you. Thank you very much, Brother Jamal. Uh, Audience means your message. No, I don't need Adam Seeker because you see the Christians, even the Muslim ex-Muslim Christians, they're very what you call that biased. It's Adam Seeker's thing is not for me. He's a Christian. He can't take anything against Christianity. I'm a truth seeker. I don't follow these fake religions anymore. Be blinded by the lies, right? So sorry. Anyways, never mind and bye. Okay, bye. Thank you. Okay. See these people come here. Oh, they are a waste of time. See what likenesses do they apply to you. So they have gone astray, therefore they shall not be able to find a way. So my point here was that human rights, we won't, I will never get human rights, never, but this religion should not be taken as for human rights, that in every way it balances, even mutta balances, and what your right hands possess balances, slave girls balances everything, adultery, away from adultery, saves you from adultery. Women's rights and men's rights. Men and women are equal, we were told in Islam. And the inheritance case of the Quran, Sharia in Islam, balances because the women, they get married. They're supposed to leave their parents' house. And so the inheritance, they don't get it. And this is the reason why. God has made it fair and square. See, is this better or abiding garden? Okay, now call not this day for one destruction, but call for destructions many. I see Satan, although I used to, there was a time in my life where I didn't think there would be any evil. I started to think there's no evil in, except for in our minds and what the religions have taught us. But there seems to be evil coming, living on earth. It's evil, but they reject the hour. And we have prepared a burning fire for him who rejects the hour. And for this, when it shall come into their sight, they've been put in the fire for this rejecting the hour. Now, thinking of the hour, how will it make you a good person? Thinking of the end time, God knows. When it shall come into their sight from a distant place, they shall hear its vehement raging and roaring. So they've said things against the Prophet Muhammad here. Bewitched man, also, did I miss that? I think he's a bewitched man and all this, and he walks. Why, yeah, to eighth ayat, or why is not a treasure sent down to him, or he is made to have a garden from which he should eat. And the unjust say, you do not follow any, but a man deprived of reason. Oh God. No, why should, yeah, another thing is that I'm never able to answer them properly. They come like this. Anyway, never mind and bye. Yeah, the thing is that human rights gone to, with the Christian, ex-Muslim Christians too, gone to the dogs. We don't have human rights. We won't get it from the ex-Muslim Christians. So yes, I have to mind about that. Sorry, Jamal Khan. And yeah, good, bye, because I don't force people to come here, and I also test them to see that if what Christians have you become. Anyways, by name or what? love. When it shall, so I can never answer these people properly. And then in the later on, you say, why didn't I say this and why didn't I say that? When they're gone, then people say she's gossiping against them. When it shall, so and when they are cast into a narrow place in it, bound, they shall there call out for destruction. Call not this day for one destruction, but call for destructions many. So this, God is now telling these hell dwellers not to call for one destruction, but this is devil. He wants to wipe out a human race as much as possible. Call not this day for one destruction, but call for destructions many. See, is this better or the abiding garden which those who guard against evil are promised? That shall be a reward and a resort for them. They shall have therein what they desire, abiding in it. It is a promise which it is proper to be prayed for from your Lord. So you have to pray for the abiding, therein they desire abiding in it. Yeah, the heaven. It is a promise which is proper to be prayed for from your Lord. Heaven. Pray for being in heaven and paradise. But before that, pray for many destructions. If God wanted to save the world, I think so. What could have used something else rather than this, my servants. And on that day, and on the day when he shall gather them and whatever they serve besides Allah, he shall say, was it you who led astray these my servants? Or did they themselves go astray from the path? They shall say, glory be to thee. It was not beseeming for us that we should take any guardians besides thee. Huh? Okay. Guardians besides thee. But what if these, so, okay, here we're told in 17 that they've taken people who led them astray, but they wanted them to guide them, and they have taken these people besides Allah. Not clear. Maybe, as I've shown you, that it's always, it fails the contradictions, blame on polytheists, and again another blame on them, serve besides Allah. Whatever they serve besides Allah, who have led them astray. And and 18, they shall say, glory be to thee. It was not beseeming for us that we should take any guardians besides thee. So yes, guardians with Allah should be taken, like Abraham was a guardian, imam, a leader for mankind, a chosen servant of Allah, messenger. Prophet Muhammad is. So that's okay to take with Allah guardians. But how would you know those guardians? Oh, because they're mentioned in the former scriptures. And then the former scriptures can also be corrupted. So it doesn't make sense, sorry, to me. The proper evidence hasn't come since there are people who, very few people who are true believers, sincere to their religion, and would not change their scriptures. But we were told that their scriptures are changed by their hands, even not only their mouths. I found that verse in the Quran, ayat in the Quran. So this doesn't make sense, sorry. And those who do not hope for our meeting say, we have why have not angels been sent down upon us? Or why do we not see our Lord? Why would they say it? Again, this thing of who are these people? Have angels been sent down with their messengers whom they follow? Again, are these the ones who see? Again, besides Allah, they've taken someone here, right? So this is such a. So let me see. Besides Allah, they've taken some people. Now, why would these people ask God? Was it? Oh my God! This is. Do you see now when your sight, when your prejudices are removed, when your colored glasses are removed? The one I read in a book, Mr. God. This is Anna by Finn. Like when the colored glasses, when the fear is removed, everything, then you can see clearly now. You can come back, come to these ayats now. From my previous live streams, the way I've done my research, you can see it doesn't make sense anymore, right? So, on the day when they shall see the angels, there shall be no joy on that day for the guilty. And they shall say it is a forbidden thing, totally prohibited. Now, why would they see angels on that day? Why not send angels now? There shall be no joy on that day for the guilty. Okay. But back to this ayat, where is it? So they shall indeed give you the lie. They shall indeed give you the lie in what you say. Then you shall not be able to ward off our or help. And whoever among you is under, I've lost that ayat. Where is it? And those who do not hope for our meeting say we have. Oh, why have not angels been sent down upon us? Or why do we not see our Lord? Now, certainly they are too proud of themselves and have revolted in the great revolt. I think Shaitan, Iblis saw a Lord very close to him. Iblis was among the angels, or maybe not. He was a jinni, another species. So if they're saying these things, no, it doesn't make sense to me, these ayats anymore. Sorry. So save yourself from reason punctured. Who are the they? And those who do not hope for our meeting say, why not? Okay. And we have not sent before you any messengers, but they most surely ate food and went about in the markets. That's the answer to those who were previous ayat. And we have made some of you a trial for others. You see, this is not a true God. This is some shaitan saying, but will you bear patiently? And your Lord is everything. Lord, come down and bear the trials then, like Jesus Christ did. Or like we say, or don't say anything, bear patiently, because Imam Hussein, as a Shia, when I was a Shia, I'm just talking like that, Imam Hussein bore the trials. But why go through the trials and torment? And you sitting up there, but no, no, no. He sent a servant, not the Son of God, he sent a servant to bear the trials patiently. So Imam Hussein did bear the trials patiently. This is what the Shias give. Yes, bear the. No, no. Even as a Shia, I would have questioned this. That God, why do you want us to bear the trials? How just are you? How just is this Allah? Okay, if I find out you're just, and if I can see that you're just, then I will bear the trials patiently, hopefully, and I pray to God to bear the trials. They can do whatever harm they want to do. Cut my hands off, cut my capacity, my head off. May I bear patiently, submitting to your will. But it doesn't make sense here, you see. And we are told, yeah, don't go after happiness in life. It's like a butterfly. Yes, don't go. I don't want happiness. I don't want, na, I don't want anything, right? Like, I don't know how to say this properly, actually, convey this in a sincere, like, tone that comes from the heart. So speak to the very soul, Surah Nisa. You see, it's not that I'm running away from trials and tribulations to have objected to this. We have made some of you a trial for others. So, sorry, I don't understand this. Like a true God, just who wants good for humanity and has told Abraham that he doesn't like cruelty, zulm, injustice. Okay, so the last where we go to heaven, paradise, we work here. Here he's made it a trial. Why? The thing is, overall picture, we can see that in the end we'll end up being good people, good believers. We'll here there are trials, challenges in life, but why like this? You'll say in the end it's okay, but here we believers we don't question God. But why does God, he says, we have made some of you as trials for others. Even against prophets, he's made enemies. It comes here, doesn't it? Oh no, it's in another. Why like this? It, I'm not getting the proper reasoning here. Like maybe you've gotten the right God here and you will bear patiently because you look to the example of Imam Hussein or Prophet Muhammad if you're Sunni or the Sahabas that suffer, you would say, by the hands of those, disbelievers, polytheists, Jews of that time, or Imam Zain al Abidin suffering, patiently persevering. That's good, yeah. But there's something inherently wrong here that I can't agree to what the Shias and the believers and the Muslims would give me the reason that it is. You have to bear patiently because God has made some people trials for others. And see, there's a good thing, like told to Aisha about Aisha, the rumors against Aisha. So when I think, contemplate on this, and I will give you maybe my side, maybe to help myself and others to bear patiently the bitter years. And we have made a trial. No, no. You see, I go back to Adam and say that it's not our fault. Why should we be? Uh, it's a. Why should we be tested on grounds that just no reason good enough? And if you take that Adam thing, he was innocent, but then God says he had no determination to listen to his advice at that time, suggestion, and he listened to the whispering of Shaitan. I feel that against Adam, there was a oppression, zulm done, and it wasn't fair to Adam because you see, we didn't do anything wrong. Adam was innocent completely. Oh, so then I found out that this, after working on this, my whole, when I grew up and thought about that this Allah is Shaitan. The other side of God is Shaitan. So you can give me reasons that paradise and we will win, just be patient. Patience is such a virtue. Even the Christians I've heard say this and others say this. Patiently persevere. Even Buddhists, patient. Like if someone even came to hurt Buddha or spat on his face? Patient perseverance. He wouldn't take action against them in the sense that harm them back. That's what, yeah. The Buddha thing, yes, why not become a Buddha, you know? But here the shaitan and that story of Adam and all didn't make sense to me, right? And the messenger cried out, "Oh my Lord, surely my people have treated this Quran as a for my people." Now this also with the people, his people. People have treated this Quran as a forsaken thing. Oh, no. Save the world, save the people, reach out. I wish there was a different God. So you see, now that this messenger is crying out, and when I was a Shia, if I heard my messenger, my prophet crying out like this, and then, oh, these, sometimes I feel sorry for the messenger, sometimes feel sorry for these people. What is their fault? Oh, they have put the Quran as a forsaken thing. Yeah. Imam Ali said after Prophet Muhammad that your ummah has, it's not, I'm sick and tired of guiding them. They won't heed. So here, they've put the Quran. So that's why another thing coming back, why I left Islam altogether is I couldn't even go to Sunni Islam. I did, and yet the main fundamental foundations have fallen. This is not a God, true God. You see, my fight is with this false God now, because the true God, maybe, oh, they say that if God loves someone, even in Hinduism, like there was this Krishna's, someone, a lady, she had so many problems, but she never complained to Krishna. So this belief, I think, originates from also Hinduism. Like Hindu is a very old religion and it's consistent, right? So yes, so bear patiently. Like there's a God, we shouldn't complain. If you love God, you should bear patiently. But in this religion, Abrahamic religion, the beginning origin Genesis story doesn't make sense to me. Uh, so that's the reason why. Also, another reason why I left Islam. And those who disbelieve say, why has not the Quran been revealed to him all at once? Yeah, it would have been better because then he didn't have to wait for a revelation coming in Surah Tahrim. When the wives were annoying him, he didn't have, no, he didn't even wait for the revelation coming. He, what he did was he prohibited himself what Allah had made lawful for him. And you see, yes, they have a good reason here. It should have come all at once, so he knows what to do. He's God conscious, right? So he knows what to do in the circumstances he's given. Like one time, he's like not even a prophet. The Sunnis say in Surah Azab about the adopted son practicing a pagan Arab custom, and then Allah comes and changes it. So I think they're justified in saying that why hasn't the Quran come all at once? Has why didn't the Quran? Why wasn't the Quran revealed to him all at once? Surah, yeah, same Surah, ayat 32. I think they would have been justified in saying this. Why not? And those now he's put like general disbelief, and those who disbelieve say, why has not the Quran been revealed to him all at once, thus that we may strengthen your heart by it? And we have arranged it well in arranging. Now it's on the arrangement of the Quran. And God says, we have arranged it. And this is the answer that, wait a minute, this is the answer to the disbelievers. Thus, that we may strengthen your heart by it. Goodness, what does this mean? It came in piecemeal. For the believers, well, the believers need to know the laws. Oh, it's like the drinking. They were drinking alcohol and then slowly, slowly, like coming out of that habit, addiction. And this is also addiction, I realized. Very bad addiction. So sometimes I feel I can't blame Muslims because this is such a bad addiction, you can't get over it. And if you've left it, it's really great. But if you're like me, I have an addiction, like to tea, many things, right? Many bad things. And I call it bad. I say it's bad for health. My mother showed me. But if it's okay, if Muslims come here and say, it's a bad habit, we can't get over it, so I can understand. I'll respect you perhaps for that. I should, if I haven't gone insane on you and started to shout at you. Like, what kind of person are you? No, no. I don't think I'll be that unjust with you. Because you can tell me that, look, what you're doing here, you have an addiction too, right? So I stand corrected. I'll say, yes, yes, I've been unfair to you. You have a very strong addiction. Like covert narcissists, sometimes if hurting someone brings pleasure to you, you can't leave it. Can you blame those people? When I was thinking about my case, the sorcerer in my case, God has given the sorcerer respite and it works. Whatever zaban se comes out of the tongue, they say a witch's tongue is black, meaning the moment the witch says something bad will happen, the does happen. Never did I believe of that because I was more strong in my belief in no, if you believe in good, at least if you believe in God, give yourself to God. There's some mistakes you make, but still God will help you always. If you take one step towards God, God will take 100 steps towards you. So, and now losing the point is that I don't understand, and I've lost the point, right? I should write notes, and I'm not, today I wasn't prepared for it. So, sorry, senility, getting more forgetful and losing the point. So, hope you got my point and your memory is much better than mine, and you can, finish the conclusion on that, what I was trying to get at. So, this, and they shall not bring to you any argument, but we have brought to you one with the truth and best in significance. So, excuse me. The thing was that addiction, yeah. So, if Muslims, please see this is for your own good. Where I'm not, okay, my authority is not Allah or divine or something. My authority is just as much as my mind is at this time. I make mistakes, okay? But since this Quran said to use my reason, and I've been using reason since childhood, so I'm a little bit, I was good at it, I think, because I loved it, using reason, not in the heart, my relationships, but at least about certain cases, I could use my reason. And when I started to use reason for these Quran ayats, closely examining them, they've turned out disastrously false and contradictory and nonsensical. And I'm not saying this out of boasting or anything. Remember, at the end of the day, um, what will I get out of boasting? One talent that God had given me, that also is going to leave me soon. I'm my mental illness and all that. I can't explain, but I can reason within myself, and I know that reason. What reason? Like there's a reason. Looking at, for example, did okay. I said that I'm good at reasoning, but I can't explain it. And then no, but the Sunnis will say they are good in their reasoning pattern, and the Shia say they are good at their reasoning pattern. And how come you missed out on this ridiculous now that I see it? It is contradictory and it is crooked and it's not clear. And arranging the Quran. Do you think the Quran's arrangement is good here? It's pathetic. The first ayat is in some other surah in the book. Oh my God, this is the way God has arranged it and brought it for you. So since I thought, okay, I'll bypass this, you see, the human rights freedom, because then you'll say, no, too much freedom also spoils a person, this and that. We can go into debates and arguments, and that no, on this side, Quran is like there are some things in the females that are delicate and emotionally, but it balances. Look how God balances between the male and the female in the Quran ayats and Sharia. If you even take the Sunni hadiths and so Prophet Muhammad's Sunnah and all this, how it's all balanced. So to, leave all that. Now, please, although I'm so positive that Islam is not a true religion and it is a obstacle to your freedom of rights, of religion, of thought, of many things like this. Like you can't speak to this prophet in front of him loudly, or you can't even call him from behind the chambers. You have that ayat, Surah Hujurat ayat or something. You see, he demanded respect, and then and hypocrites will be killed of Yathrib in Surah Azab. And you see, that's okay because they were breaking pacts. And that's okay because if he battles on earth until he battles strenuously, because this is a true religion, and then he takes captives. Of course, a coward is going to first totally level you, your land, every one of your people, break their morale, and then take captives. He's not going to take captives before, and no one in war takes captives before, until they have secured enough for themselves and broken the people, then they take captives. So you'll say, you don't say it this way, you don't see it my way. Am I wrong? This reasoning is wrong? And your Allah's authority is right. This Allah. He hasn't even arranged it properly. If you question my authority or my reason, huh? And he it is who made the night a covering for you and the sleep a rest, and he made. No, where are we? So I'm a little not that alert and I'll be making mistakes and slow and missing the points. But I hope you give me a chance, right? And sometimes feels I'm very angry. I'm, yeah, I can't calm down. It takes time because it took time. It's like my condition is like this. And the day when the unjust one shall bite his hand, saying, "Oh, would that I had taken away with the messenger." See, you have to obey. So going back, oh my God, fails. Oh, certainly he led me astray from the reminder after it had come to me. Oh, woe is me! Would that I had not taken such a one for a friend. Who? The shaitan, huh? Second ayat says shaitan. The next ayat. Certainly he led me astray from the reminder after it had come to me. And the shaitan fails to aid man. Right? Fails to help man. So you see this disorganized way look, another ayat for this. Islam against free. No. Do these Quran ayats make sense? Who is going to go to paradise? Surah Baqarah ayat 111. And they say none will enter paradise except one who is a Jew or a Christian. So that is merely the wishful thinking. Say, produce your proof if you should be truthful. So there's another ayat I should have added to these notes. Is this one in Surah Furqan ayat that I just read out. 28. No, 20 from 27. And the day when the unjust one shall bite his hand, saying, "Oh, would that I had taken away with the messenger." Oh, woe to is me! Would that I had not taken such a one for a friend. Suddenly he led me astray from the reminder after it had come to me. And the shaitan fails to aid man. Even Joshua, the one with Moses, his young page companion, his companion, young or I don't know, but in Surah Kahf, in the Bible it says it's Joshua, and from the tafsirs we get from the Bible name, the companion with Moses was Joshua. When Moses said he's going to go after the truth, he's looking for the truth, even though a prophet, after all that work he did, freeing the people from Pharaoh, what happened? When they left the fish, he forgot Joshua, the young page of, or the page of companion of Moses, forgot to tell Moses that a miracle had happened at that sea. The fish took its way, the cooked fish miraculously came alive and went into the sea. And no one but Shaitan made me forget. Then they went retracing their footsteps to that sea where the fish, oh, that's where Moses said something, some miracle, God will send someone, or I will meet this person here, whatever it was. Surah Kahf. So Shaitan makes even the companion of Moses forget. Can you blame the... This is very scary in the sense that what if Shaitan makes me forget? All the time I'm on my toes, guard, Shaitan. If Shaitan can make Joshua forget, although his name is not mentioned in the Quran, but the page with Moses, companion. Then they find Khizr, one with Ilm Laduni, knowledge from God. My God, this is like, yeah, trials and tribulations, even for the believers, for the chosen servants. And there's a time when the messenger says, why? Where's the help of God? for this person, someone suffering like anything. Quran ayat. So then, but then God says, my help is near. Nasrum min Allah fatun kareeb. We had this ayat on our old house gate on top. Nasrum min Allah fatun kareeb. God's help is near. Oh, and such an addiction that even some of the wicked Shias, like we had some criminals I know of. Sorry, I, I was explaining, like I was like, they have no fear of God. It's just that this is their mother was like a Shia, or this is their religion, this is their addiction. They will go for Muharram months like that. Yet behind, they're doing everything like going out, damaging people's lives, irreparable damage they've done. And I wondered, how could a Shia do this? And die not even saying sorry. Come to the end of her life and telling me for recite Surah Ikhlas. When I was in her house, left, abroad, I was living in her house. In the night, she was like, read Surah Ikhlas, very good for the night time. Oh my God. So well, at that time, it did put me out of balance, but then I thought that there are hypocrites in our Shias too, so I just have to take it. I never told anyone about this, all right? But they've done irreparable damage in my childhood to me. But I was resilient as a child. Irreparable damage to my mother, late mother. So it's such an addiction that you can wear the abaya, cover yourselves, go for majlises. 2 months wear Shias, hypocrite Shias. Sorry, I don't mean all, but the wicked ones that I've known in my life. So those I cannot save. If this is like a addiction, you can't see anything. You just want to accuse the other person. That's why some people come here, Muslims, even Quran only people, and accuse you. It's such an addiction. You can't see beyond your addiction. So I also have an addiction, but at least say this is bad for health. I wouldn't want my friends, whoever visits me, to do the same thing that I'm doing here, smoking or something like that, or drinking tea a lot. It's bad for health. But at least why wouldn't people accept their fault and know and see that in the end, God, and this God, this Hussein, for the Shia, I mean, some people who are like covert narcissists like that. I needed to talk about that also in my case, but I didn't at that time. Earlier on, an earlier stream I did on my case. So I thought, okay, here, look at this. And this person has no fear either, you see, in any way. So he's like that, those hypocrites in even in my religion, Shia is a former religion. very sure. It's just, so I start to think, is God like, everything is an addiction. That's why Jiddu Krishnamurti, when I, that time and again, I'm so glad, very happy to have come across Jiddu Krishnamurti. The only way to total freedom then is looking and observing. Also, that is hard work, but I think what can we do? We have to. He's the best. I think Jiddu Krishnamurti. I wouldn't even take the. Sorry, I love Shiva because I have actually loved nothingness. So one time in my life, wished that I wish there was no God. Why this life even? At that time, then I'm going through a very bad. It's like I lose my strength and I feel very terrible. So I say, why, I fall out on faith. Why even God? Spirituality, even. Now, recently, like everything. Sorry, just got a message. I have to check what this is. Okay. So think about this. It may be your addiction, and so that's why it's a terrible addiction that you're not accepting also that it's a addiction. So once, if I find a solution how to get over the addiction, so I've tried slowly, slowly, at least this much accept, right? That this is a terrible religion. I sound pathetic, but I feel like now because of my strength, I would never show people outside that I'm hurting inside. I don't want sympathies or anything like that. But since this has brought me down to my knees or even below that, pulled me down to the black hole, I wish I had gone down the rabbit hole, that movie I saw while I was going through this attacks and all. Please see this. This Quran is not arranged also properly. And look at the Surah Furqan ayats. It's God Himself. How could I forget this ayat? Okay. I think I need a break. All of a sudden, I've got a blank now. And thank you so much for this.